On the aim, bro.
Bro, I did not get. I was not like a good listener.
I love the aim, bro. Coming home, turn on. Boom.
What was your username on AIM?
So bad. So,
What was it?
Like, unbelievably bad.
What
I'll
do you
tell
got?
you mine if you tell me yours.
I'll tell you mine. Mine's not great either.
Okay, mine's really bad.
Okay, what do you got?
The #1 balla in town.
That was your AIM name?
Was my
That's
name.
a long name.
I know. It stands out, though, because it comes out long, so it's easy to track and find.
So did you tell everybody you were lying to
Strategic,
them
bro.
afterward, or did you wait?
The #1 balla. #1 balla in the village.
Mine was Shaytunak, which is Farsi for like kind of like
the
little
devil.
devil. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
little devilish.
Devilish.
It's
That's
like,
what it
yeah,
is.
it's like.
Ooh, you went the naughty play. Look at you.
It was so naughty looking
You're
back on it.
sick
Yeah.
bastard, bro.
Yeah, I'm a sick bastard, but you're the #1 baller in town.
I'm the #1 balla in town.
There's lots of ways to read that connotation.
Yeah.
Arun, what was yours?
Oh God, how many did I have?
Yeah, it's so many.
Oh,
I just know him for Baron.
Yeah, Baron BSM 20.
BSM.
Okay, there's so many questions. What does that even mean?
Baron was my mascot in high school, Fountain Valley Barons.
Oh, okay.
So
He was repping the mascot, bro.
you adopted
Showing-
the mascot, high school mascot?
Showing pride for the school. What's wrong with you?
Who does that?
This guy.
This guy, that
I
guy.
used to go
that-
by Aaron in high school because it was difficult for white people to say Haroon.
Oh, so
So-
Aaron the Baron.
Mark down the
Exactly.
time so we can bleep out your racist commentary.
What'd he say?
White people can't say Haroon.
I don't think you can say white. You have to say Caucasian.
You could say white. Come on, man.
Americans.
You do this too.
cannot.
I personally take issue with that. Like when people call all black people like African Americans, not all black people are African Americans.
True.
So,
That's just understanding like where like countries are. Like, you know what I mean?
I know. So it's like you should be able to say white, black, brown. I mean,
Because you don't understand the geography here. It doesn't make me a bad person.
Right.
All right. There's so much going on. By the way, last episode I did cut out that comment.
That's
yeah,
good job,
yes.
good job,
If
man.
you're listening to the show going, what did they say? You'll never know.
So now I have one and you have one.
Yeah, technical foul on Chris.
There you go.
Welcome back to the #1 financial literacy podcast in the world. Sitting next to me, the one and only, my partner in time, Saeed Omar.
Thank you, my man. Sitting next to me on my left, my partner in crime, Chris Nahibi. Welcome back to the show.
Behind the ones and twos, the man who has not been on PTO as of late, DJ Arun.
Hello, everyone. I will be on PTO at the end of the month, though.
Oh,
Why do you always tell us with a hot mic?
I love it when it gets dropped on the hot mic.
He always does it on a hot mic.
Nothing is better.
Where are you going?
Let's see,
I didn't even know this. This is news to me too.
didn't know?
23rd, I will not be here.
Where are you going on the 23rd?
San Francisco. There's a conference for work that I need to go attend for a whole week. So
A whole week conference?
Yep.
I mean, you're not gonna go up there for a day, right? Like you gotta. He's
do it all the
there.
time.
He's got to go into the office. I mean, the headquarters are up there.
What do you do at a full week-long conference? That sounds
they're
terrible.
They're bringing the whole marketing team from across the state.
You guys going to get around like a table and mastermind?
And you're
Yeah,
gonna do
basically.
like marketing stuffs.
You're like, all right, so here's what we're going to do, okay? We're going to do better marketing.
How do we do that?
Okay.
What's the game plan?
Let's go guerrilla. Let's go guerrilla
I
marketing.
like that.
Yeah.
So what's the idea? What guerrilla marketing?
I think what we do is we pay homeless people around the city to pee our brand.
We take care of the teeth of all the homeless people.
Yeah.
Right. And we'll be like, this is from.
Let's give all the homeless people jackets with our brand in the back.
Yeah.
Blankets.
That's
They all get blankets.
honestly, that's brilliant.
It's
I'm not
brilliant.
gonna lie to you. That is brilliant,
It's a brilliant
though.
idea.
People gonna be like, "Wow, this company's so
Taking care of the
amazing,
population. Like, why does everybody have this dental office in the back of the
bro."
jacket?
That's $1 million idea right there.
I know, right?
Good job, man.
Yeah.
That jacket's going to turn from a green jacket to a very dirty brown.
Have you guys seen the Netflix documentary on the pee bottle guy?
Pea baller?
The
No.
pee bottle guy.
No.
There's a guy in LA who apparently has been peeing in these plastic bottles, labeling them pee, and putting them on a mailbox in this community. But nobody ever sees him come or go, and nobody knows who's doing it.
Oh, he's like Banksy, like just secret.
It's like basically the Banksy of pee bottles, right? So these two documentary guys started filming it and like keeping cameras there and recording it, and they finally saw him like reach over the top of a fence, drop the pee bottle down, and then then run off.
This is like Home Alone bad guys, the wet bandits, like this
So
is a terrible idea.
They found out this guy's homeless. There's a whole, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a whole documentary dedicated to it.
It's
They
so-
did a urinalysis on it, like the whole thing.
So did they catch this guy?
You'll have to watch it.
Oh, okay. All right.
It remains a mystery until then. See, I don't do spoiler alerts on the show.
Yeah.
I only do them off.
I've
the
been
show.
told recently that I need to stop everything that I'm watching and I need to tune into the Vince McMahon docuseries.
I saw that. I have no desire to see that.
Apparently it's phenomenal.
I feel like that. Did Arun tell you this? He's a WWE guy, so
He didn't tell me though. Somebody else.
Saeed was
I,
too.
I was a huge WWE guy.
Bro, everyone was a WWE fan from
The gr-
98 to like 02,
Bro,
03.
that was the greatest time. Yeah.
I was
Attitude-
18 years old. Bro.
Attitude era.
So what? What's your
Yeah, you
problem?
can go buy your tickets and go yourself.
Yeah.
Back then, hey daddy, can I go?
Dude, my parents.
I totally thought he was doing a Diddy impersonation.
Hey, daddy. And there's a reel.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a whole show calling you guys daddy. Okay, daddy.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't I never understood the daddy thing?
You get it now, I'm sure, right?
No, like, hey, daddy. Like, I don't know. It's so bad. It's so bad.
There's only one way that ever.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
only one way that happens.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you have an intro segment at all tonight, or are we going straight into my content?
No, we're going straight into the content because we're gonna break this down. And Odun's got he's got some
Poppy culture.
poppy culture.
Okay. Well, I should probably preface this article with the most important take-home salient point here, and that's we fucking told you so.
Told you.
Yeah. And I don't want to toot my own horn, so I'm gonna let Saeed toot my horn. Okay, daddy.
Dude,
I got it.
Dude,
He did this in front of people on national television, like in interviews.
comfortably too.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just like
if you're calling people daddy on television, like, what were you saying behind closed doors?
I mean,
bro?
it probably was something daddy, now harder daddy. Right? I mean, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's just not good. So if you are an avid fan of the show or somebody who tuned in the last couple episodes, you probably know that we made some predictions that ran afoul of what the market was thinking as it relates to the mortgage interest rate environment.
I mean, the Fed decided to cut 50 basis points, so everybody got excited. Mortgage
Mortgage rates are going to drop.
Oh my God, house affordability is gonna get better.
Yeah. We're going to be able to buy more home on a lower rate because that's what all the realtors out there are saying is going to happen.
Oh yeah, man.
And we're like, yeah, I don't think so. We have this thing called the yield curve inversion. We were coming out of it, and I kept telling everybody that the mortgage rates typically track the 10-year treasuries,
Mm-hmm.
the bond market, and they'll most closely follow the 10-year. And the 10-year's got to get out of the inversion a couple different ways, and one of them is the bottom could drop out of the lower end of the curve, the 3-month or the 2-year treasuries.
Yeah.
Or the 10-year treasury could rise, or they could both rise, and the 10-year could rise more, which is probably the most likely scenario.
Right, because there's a big misconception, right? So a majority of people out there that aren't too familiar with the space is when they start to hear commentary of the Fed's going to cut rates, they think, oh, if the Fed's cutting rates, then rates for everything across the board are going to come down.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way.
Except just like Chris said, mortgage rates tend to follow the 10-year treasury yield, right? They're closely tied to that.
Mm-hmm. So, and look, I get it. People say, ooh, bond market. And people are like, oh my God, scary, intimidating bonds. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't want to know. Yeah.
So let me simplify the whole thing so to make it really easy, okay? Bonds are basically guaranteed debt by the government. Generally speaking, if people feel really, really comfortable with the long term, your 10 years are going to give you a good return because over 10 years of an investment, you're going to get a good return because if you make an investment for 10 years, it should pay you something good. If anything, it should pay you something better than an investment for 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
The longer you're in something, the more it should return. Otherwise, there's no real incentive to investing long term.
Right.
Believe it or not, that actually breaks down the bond market to its very core essence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Daddy?
Yeah, I like that.
All episode long.
You call me daddy.
Maybe we call him Daddy podcast?
The Call Him Daddy podcast, that's right there for us to take.
I mean, we could sell it to Spotify for $50 million, not $100. I mean, it's a discount, right?
Yeah, I mean, how much of it? I mean, we're kind of like taking away the likeness a little bit.
And then we have a whole gender equality lawsuit.
Yeah,
You can't pay her more
yeah.
because we're dudes.
Call him Diddy? No, can't do
Just-
that.
Call him Diddy podcast? Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, or hashtag no Diddy.
Probably he probably owns a copyright to Diddy, I'm imagining.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Can you imagine if his lawyers sue somebody for copyright infringement? So I posted a short today, which
Yeah.
I played part of Diddy's Bad Boy.
Yeah. It was real short.
It was less than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I did it on purpose because I was trying to get around the algorithm flagging it.
Yeah.
The algorithm didn't flag it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the music portion was even shorter than that. It was like less than 3 seconds.
No, it was closer to 10 because the whole clip was 20 seconds and I
Yeah.
played it for about half.
Really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
played it just when he started speaking, then cut it off so that it wouldn't
Yeah,
trick the algorithm. At least I hope it wouldn't. It didn't.
Nice.
So yeah, basically we're over here committing copyright infringement. It's pretty much long and short of it. So the bond market essentially boiled down to its core essence is simply as I stated, right?
Mhm.
It's if you have more confidence in the long term, you're going to get better return over the long term. If you have less confidence in the near term, you're going to get worse return in the near term. But overall, the longer your money's in any investment, it should return more money. So typically speaking, if you've got a 3-year bond or a 5-year bond, the 5 should pay you more than the 3. If you got a 10-year, 10 years pay you more than the 5. And that's usually the way it works, right? You have 3-month, 2-year, 5-year, 7-year, 10-year, all the way up. They should all pay you incrementally more because your money's tied up for longer.
Right. And for the greater portion of the last, I don't even know how many years, we had an inverted yield, right? So the 2-year treasury was higher than the 10-year treasury, meaning there was significantly more, hesitation or doubt with the market. Uncertainty in the short term. What's to come in the next 2 years. Hence, rates were higher, right? So, and less in the 10-year. Now it's come out of that inversion, making people feel a little bit more comfortable with the short term because they can expect what's to come versus the 10-year.
So what happened is that the rate cuts were coming, and the rhetoric on social media everywhere, every real estate guru, all the gurus, my favorite, were like, "Hey man, this is fantastic. The economy they're going to cut rates, the mortgage rates are going to drop. It's going to be a run. It's going to be fantastic." And what happened during this time? Well, in the course of just a couple of months, we went from $1.14 trillion of credit card debt to over $1.36 trillion of credit card debt. When you think about the context of how many trillions that grew in such a narrow window of time, there is a clear disconnect between what Jerome Powell is saying with American savings and what we're seeing in the credit card spending. Because you recall from the last show, episode 250, Jerome Powell was literally saying, "Oh, you know what, man? They're able to save more because inflation's down. The consumers are having less wage disparity issues. They can make more." None of that appears to be true if you're looking at credit card spending and balances as a proxy for the macro problem.
Mm-hmm.
So people were hoping that the mortgage market would soften up a little bit and that things would improve. Well, we said very clearly that we did not think that was going to happen, that we thought mortgage rates were going to stay where they were. Matter of fact, Adam from Mind Pump and I were having a conversation, and he locked in a sub 6% mortgage rate on a property that he was looking at.
Yeah.
And he was questioning whether he should wait for the benefit of rate cuts. And I was like, "No, don't wait. This is about as good as it's going to get, Chief."
Yeah.
And I'm happy he listened and he did lock it in. And now this article, originally unfortunate, I think Arun pulled it up on AOL here, but I'm going to read some quotes here that I think are important from the article. Because if I toot my own horn, it sounds self-serving.
Okay.
If another article toots my horn for me,
you know. Yeah.
You know what I mean, Daddy?
It solidifies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it?
I got it.
All right.
Okay.
This from Fortune vis-a-vis AOL, if you're looking on the video podcast. The Federal Reserve's jumbo interest rate cut in mid-September, jumbo because it was more than 25 basis points, it was 50 basis points, was welcome news to prospective home buyers with the expectation that a lower federal funds rate would help push mortgage rates lower. Instead, the opposite has happened. Oh, you don't say. Huh. I wonder who may have called that. Know anybody?
I don't know. I think so.
I feel like we're being a little arrogant tonight.
It's okay. I like it.
Okay. Well, since Fed Chair Jerome Powell lowered interest rates by 50 basis points on September 18th, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate has moved higher, not lower. According to data from Mortgage News Daily, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate has jumped about 47 basis points since the Fed rate cut to 6.62% from 6.15% on average. Just to be clear, essentially what happened is they cut Fed funds by 50 basis points, but mortgage rates went up, not down by 50 basis points.
Wild, yeah.
Wild, but completely predictable.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a good point in time to pause and say, this is where economists get so far up their own sector's anus that they can't see the forest through the trees.
Like the real estate guys?
A lot of the real estate economists, Logan, a great one, right? From Housing Wire. I love Logan. Great guy, smart. He's got great hair.
Okay.
And his wasn't purchased like mine was. So.
Natural.
Yeah. But even Mark Zandy over at Moody's was calling for mortgage rates to drop a little bit. A lot of brilliant people were saying this was going to happen. And I'm like, how do you see it? This is such a fundamentally simple thing with the yield curve inversion. I mean, if you look back, yield curve inversions typically precede recessionary economies. Yeah, great. But if you skip all that nonsense and you say, okay, look, you're in an inflationary environment where things are costing you more money.
Right.
if you lower inflation, right, near term, meaning improving everybody's feelings on things, they feel more comfortable investing in the long term, right? Because they're not so worried about what am I going to do tomorrow to pay bills. They're worried about how am I going to make more money for next month, next year.
Yes.
It's just a simple shift in focus and priorities. It's just behavioral economics playing out, and nobody called it except for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, Daddy?
Yeah.
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 All show long.
Let's go, baby.
So yeah, this was completely predictable, and yet the market got it really wrong. And I'll never forget. You know, I've appeared on multiple podcasts before in the past, and now I'm getting a lot more selective on who's I'll show up to, because when you see some of these people speaking on podcasts, unless you're a subject matter expert or you're in the business or you see it for what it is, generally a giant commercial, unlike our show where we try to provide value.
Right.
These guys are generally full of shit. And I was watching a podcast with Pace Morby saying stuff that was wildly inaccurate, just completely misrepresenting things, and doing it with this like arrogant bravado, which people go, oh, well, he's so arrogant and confident about it, he must be right.
Yeah, you must know what he's talking about.
No. I saw Ryan Pineda do this year after year after year. I've seen Dave Ramsey do it year after year after year.
Right, and you got to take into account, right? We've always talked about it on the show. You want to at least get some of your information, or count people as a trusted source if they've been through at least a cycle or two, right?
Yeah, but keep in mind too, all these people have something to sell you. And I get it. If someone's selling you merch or saying, hey, support us by supporting people who sponsor the show, that's different to me. If someone's saying, hey, look, I can help you make a lot of money if you buy my course. Okay, that's a convenient narrative.
Yeah.
No one's going to be like, hey, man, I got a pretty good way of making money. It works well for me. I mean, if you kind of want to try it out, it doesn't work for everybody. I mean, you can try the course. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
It's not a great sales pitch.
No.
So what do? They come out and they're like, I can make you money.
Yeah.
You will make money if you follow my course. It's going to take some time. It's not for everybody.
Right.
Because in group, out group, right? Not for everybody.
Yeah.
Only the strong will survive.
Yeah.
There could be only one, like Highlander.
They got to know that you're pot committed.
Yeah. And they say that they have this key.
Right.
This opening to make you tons of money.
Yeah.
I was looking at some lawsuits for something else legally of a lot of the people who were selling Amazon stores and Walmart stores.
Okay.
And when you get into the economics of how much money these people were making, they were charging between $25,000 to $30,000 for one of these stores.
To set up the stores.
To set up the stores. And you look at the cadence with which they were selling these things. If they sold one a day, just one a day, that's 20, let's call it 20 grand a day. That's which is on the low end, right?
Yeah.
You do that 5 days a week, that's $100 grand a week. A week just selling Amazon stores. You get one person on social media to buy your stick. So for people to think this is not an incredibly, insanely lucrative thing for these people, it is.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, what are they're setting a store up for you, right? That's not a tangible spend. They're going to pay for some services, and they're going to hire somebody off Fiverr like Arun does.
Which sucks because, I mean, a lot of the information is free online if they just spend the time to,
Almost all of it.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have, like, you can get free Discords, this kind of stuff.
Yeah, YouTube University is real.
But it was a terrible business structure, and a lot of these gurus got sued for doing it. But I started looking through, and the light bulb went on. Like, that's why these guys start upping their courses to 10 grand and like these hot ticket items, right?
Okay.
Why try to sell, 10 $1,000 courses when you could sell one $10,000 course?
Yeah.
And they do, and you start doing the math. Let's say you sell again one $10,000 course a day times 5 days a week. You only work 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
50 grand a week. And then what? Your course is on autopilot because it's already pre-recorded and done.
That's it. Exactly. It's
like you don't have any other expense.
It's like a teacher, right? You build out the curriculum, and once the curriculum's built out, it's just on autopilot.
It's insanely lucrative for these people. So
Yeah.
of course they go on these shows and these podcasts, talk about the economy and give you this level of certainty. It's all selling you.
So if you're a betting man though, because obviously this is a hot topic for a lot of people. A lot of people want to get into their first home still. When would you, if you were to guess? I mean, how long are we waiting for rates to come down?
I don't think
at least a little bit, enough to make it. I mean, even coming down half a point, right?
Historically speaking, you'll see some rate movement downward after the election.
Right, exactly.
Typically speaking, you see a slight, an incremental slight drop post election. This one's going to be a bit unique because you have the election on November 5th,
Yeah,
followed by an FOMC meeting on November 6th and 7th.
6th and 7th. Yep.
So if there's a cut there, which now the rhetoric is that there won't be a cut, it's gone. We haven't really talked a whole lot about that in the last couple of weeks because it's been really moving a lot.
I got the odds here.
There's been a lot of volatility. What do you got?
If you want to talk about it. Okay, so first of all, tomorrow we got a CPI inflation report that's coming out. That's going to be huge for them,
Yep.
right? It's supposed to project, the headline figure is supposed to come in like around 2.3%, I believe, right? We'll see what happens there. But in the last meeting that came out, remember they released their summary of economic projections and they said that they'll do another 50 basis points by the end of the year total across. There's 2 more meetings, right? So they could do that 50 basis points in one meeting or split that up into 225s, right? So as of right now, we have, let's see here, the odds are a 97% chance they cut by 25 basis points. This is after that last jobs report that came out. So that last jobs report really kind of helped the Fed to ease, what they do moving forward. Because the only way they cut by another 50 basis points, right, is if the labor market weakens or if the economy begins to weaken, right? And as of right now, they revised up the Q2 GDP figures. Did you catch that? From 2.8% up to 3%. Okay, so economy's doing great. Why do we need to cut by another 50 basis point? They had a $250,000 jobs print last week on Friday. Jobs are no longer, on the chopping block. We actually had a strong print. We don't need to cut by another 50 basis points. So now it's 25 and then possibly another 25 in December.
Do you think somebody got a call from the White House? Like the port strike that we covered in episode 250?
Oh, yeah, I know.
You think someone was like, hey, look, this could affect GDP every single day. You need to figure it out today.
Well, so that jobs report that came out, the government actually released a press release after that. And the big takeaway from that press release was Americans are experiencing faster income growth.
Yeah.
Really? Where?
Credit card debt doesn't say so.
Credit card debt doesn't say so. And my pocket doesn't say so.
Yeah. And that's what trips me out is you get these statements like that, these overwhelming sweeping statements about
gaslighting.
It's gaslighting. It's gaslighting pre-election.
Yeah.
It's political gaslighting pre-election to make you feel some type of way because you heard it so much. It's like a Pavlov dog.
Yeah.
You ring the bell enough times with some positive reinforcement, people go, okay, you ring the bell, you start to drool.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Or if you hear this messaging over and over and over, you think to yourself, oh, if everyone else must be doing well, I'm just terrible at my spending, right? So this is clearly my situation's my fault, right? Whereas like, no, everybody's feeling this and we're just being gaslit.
Well, and that's the problem too with financial information. Like religion, fitness, and finance. Those 3 topics are sacred, and people have their ways of doing things, and it's just one of those really hot topics where if you run afoul of someone's perspective or opinion, it could be cataclysmic for a conversation. So most people just keep their opinions on these topics to themselves. And this, when it comes to finance, could be interesting because you start to look inward and think to yourself like, okay, am I not doing as well financially? Look at all these people on social media. Look at all these people around me. Like, look, they're not talking about it.
Right.
Well, they're not talking about it for the same reason you're not talking about it. They just assume everybody around them is doing okay too.
And then the scary part about that type of rhetoric too is the type of person that takes in that information and then you couple that with social media. So you're going around looking at everybody else's profile and you're seeing that, man, this person's living a good life. This person went on this vacation. This person bought this car. Like, look what they're doing, right? And then you start thinking, okay, maybe I should just start, jumping ship and finding another job. I don't know if now is the best time, if we're saying that a recession's around the corner, right, to be jumping jobs, and then now you're going to a new place and there's no stability there. That's the scary part.
Yeah, you never really know. And companies are very unique right now. Some companies are doing quite well. Some companies are not doing that well. But I would say stay away from the tech sector for the near term. For a jobs perspective, I think there's going to be cuts there. I think anything real estate related could be volatile. I think banking and finance has already gone through their tough times.
Yeah.
It seems to me like retail is going to continue to stay flat and expand incrementally over time. So maybe there's some job growth there. The services professions, unfortunately, are going to have some massive changes. So medical, legal, AI can dominate there.
Yeah.
If you're a fitness trainer, so I was thinking about this the other day, and I do want to get back to the FOMC thing and the rates because I like to talk about how much we write as much as possible on the show.
Right.
But a buddy of mine made a comment. I'm actually Jeff Fargo. I'm going on his podcast next week.
Oh, shout out Jeff.
Yeah, we're going on his Fargo Talks. Going on his show next week in Vegas. Are you gonna come with me at that, by the way?
I don't know. You never told me the dates.
16th.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Okay. Well, anyway, he was telling me that he didn't understand peptides, and it's not his subject matter expertise. So he went to ChatGPT, said, "Hey, I'm being told to take these peptides. Here's my blood panel. Blah blah blah." Put it all in there, and ChatGPT gave him answers. The answers were too technical, so he said, "Dumb it down," and it did, and it was really impressive, the response. So I decided to do the same thing. So I went to ChatGPT. I gave it my health protocol, everything from my supplements to my peptides to my cold plunging to like all this stuff, right?
Wow.
Everything that I'm doing, my weightlifting schedule, like everything. And then I gave it my DEXA scan. I gave it my blood panel.
Wow.
And said, hey, like, what can I work on? Are you seeing any trending here? Do I have any early indications in your mind of heart disease or anything, anomalous? Dude, it gave me a phenomenal answer.
No kidding.
Like, broke it all down to me, explained, like, what I could do to tweak things.
I was speaking to somebody at the office the other day, and they were telling me that on the way home from work, they there's this new feature where you can have a conversation with it.
Yeah, I do that too.
And it helped them with, like, their, like, business coaching or, career path coaching, kind of giving them, like, give me some tips on how I can further advance. And I actually personally haven't messed around with it, but I was like, that's fascinating, right? Because let's just say it doesn't give you the right answer, but guess what it can do? It can inspire you or give you an idea, and you now fall into the muse where now you can start to navigate, where you want to go.
Use the word muse?
Use the word muse, baby.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Daddy. But think about ChatGPT in like a broader sense. People aren't acclimated to using it like that, but here's a crazy thing about it. If you're giving somebody health advice, even a doctor, I can get probably a more robust, detailed explanation from ChatGPT than you can give me.
Oh.
Right? And I've caught ChatGPT being wrong, so grain of salt, but we're getting to the inflection point where a lot of things make a whole hell of a lot more sense to ask ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Right? I had an x-ray done the other day.
Okay.
I literally loaded my x-ray up of my pelvis. Remember I sent it to you and said, here's a dick picture. Yeah. You know what I thought about doing? Remember that made the rounds? It was the African-American dude that was very well endowed, sitting on the side of a bed.
Bro, I have so many stickers of that guy still that I'm just wanting to, like, surprise people with 5-10 years from now.
You have stickers?
Somebody bought me, like, a pack of stickers.
Somebody bought you.
Oh, yeah.
Someone.
Yeah, someone.
Who bought you?
I can't release the name. Can't release the name.
Arun?
Someone bought me a pack of stickers. I'm just gonna be going around dropping it into people's cars. Put the higher standard on the back. Poor guy's passed away too.
Yeah, no.
This is his confession.
Yeah.
In 5 years, when the cops are looking for that guy.
Yeah.
I wanted to Photoshop
the new pee bottle guy.
I wanted to Photoshop that guy into black and white and then have him like put into my x-ray and send it to everybody my x-ray and say, hey, I think something's wrong with my hip. and I didn't do it, but I should have done it.
Yeah.
Because that's where my mind's at. But I uploaded it to ChatGPT and I said, hey, like can you tell me if you see anything on this x-ray that's concerning?
Yeah.
Because my doctor had told me that there was like a tendon that had probably pulled off and caused a little bit of a bone spur, which shouldn't be a problem for me functionally, but it's why my deep squats are always like, awkward.
Painful? Or...
like a little painful, and sometimes I tend to pull muscles a little bit.
Okay.
ChatGPT gave me a way thorough answer, explained how I could do like movements, improve it.
Wow.
Way more thorough, just from looking at a picture.
I never saw that movie with Joaquin Phoenix, Her?
Never saw it, yeah.
Yeah, I never saw it. Odin, did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I wonder, because it was a whole thing about him having a relationship with his phone, right?
Let's be honest. We're all dating our phones right now.
Yeah, but he was having conversations, right? So I'm just wondering, like, it was ahead of its time.
Oh, dude, we are very close to your phone being able to be a therapist for you. Like, I mean this in all sincerity.
That might be a great thing.
If you're selling a mastermind course, here's what's going to happen to you. You're going to get to the point where someone can say, hey, ChatGPT, teach me how to wholesale real estate. And it's going to be able to do a way better job teaching you how to wholesale real estate than somebody's course they recorded, because it can in real time respond to you, answer your questions,
Right.
give you more feedback, help you understand principles.
I can't remember what it was I did, though, but for the first time the other day, because I tend to use YouTube as Google sometimes, right? I'll go search something in there to get a visual response, right? I do that. So I do that a lot, actually, right? But for the first time the other day, I can't remember what it was, but I went straight to ChatGPT.
I use ChatGPT
as my Google search engine. Yeah.
I use it daily.
Yeah.
Like I'll literally query stuff that otherwise. So what I used to search for stuff and go, okay, I want to learn about X, Y, and Z. I'll search for it. I'll watch a video.
Yeah.
Now I won't even do that.
Yeah.
Unless I need to watch a video, I'll ask ChatGPT to explain it to me simply and quickly.
Yeah.
And it works every single time.
Amazing.
So, yeah. Arun, you still using ChatGPT a lot?
Yeah, for emails, social stuff, just like editing, content creation stuff.
What kind of smart remark you got there? I see you smirking.
No. I was sitting here thinking that there's going to come a point too where, and I don't know if you've spent time like talking to ChatGPT like I have, like just to test it out.
No, I haven't.
It's really hard to differentiate, like in a basic conversational context. It's really hard to differentiate. Like, is this a person talking to me, or is this AI? Because it's responsive in a thoughtful way in some moments, and you're like, wow, like that's weird. We're going to get to the point where you could turn AI on your phone and have it respond to people. And so I'm using AI for the podcast now to manufacture some of the show notes and everything else and the timestamps. But you can train the AI. You can point it to things you've written and said. So I can point it to our podcast, right?
Yeah.
And say, here's 3 episodes of our podcast. Please write these show notes in a tone consistent with how we speak to one another. Keep it light, keep it funny, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
And it'll learn the way we speak. It'll learn how we articulate ourselves. And then it'll literally craft notes that sound like us.
Yeah. And worst case scenario, it gives you a rough draft to
right.
go off of. Yeah.
But we're very close to the point where you can say, hey, ChatGPT, respond to my messages for me as my assistant on all matters that you can clearly identify.
I would just wonder, how long are they gonna wait for everyone to become so reliant on it and then up the subscription?
Oh, I'm sure that's part of it. But I mean, think about it. Let me give you a classic example.
Who wouldn't do it though?
I mean, who wouldn't?
I'm paying the $20 right now. I'm like, I would pay a lot more.
I happily pay for it.
Yeah.
But imagine a point where you could tell ChatGPT to schedule everything for you if somebody wants to hang out with you or something, right? Someone can say, hey, Saeed, you available Saturday? ChatGPT can check your schedule. Go, yeah, he's available.
Yeah, hit up my assistant.
I mean, it's at that point.
I mean, it's right there. It should be there, right? Yeah.
Well, there are already platforms that do that. It's just not ChatGPT yet.
Yeah, but you want one thing to
Exactly,
encompass everything, right?
You want one. And this is what scares me the most, is we're going to get to the point where your kids are going to be literally living life with a personal assistant in their pocket.
I'm going to hit you up and be like, hey, Chris, let's go play some ball. ChatGPT is going to respond back. He don't want to do that.
Nah, he old, bro.
He's not doing that with you.
No,
Sorry.
the thing is, ChatGPT is going to learn that Chris likes to isolate himself, and he's going to say no to everyone.
He found a way to make it hurtful, bro. I love it. I love it. I love that he found a way to make it hurtful.
I'm not isolating myself. I'm prioritizing me.
Oh, yes.
You hate people?
I don't hate people. I just have a.
You are introverted. You're introverted. Come on, let's be honest.
I'm an extrovert, dude.
Chris,
I do a podcast with you, dude.
You're far. Hold on, it's not in front of a live audience.
Why, Daddy?
Wait, hold on. When was the last time, Chris, you were like, hey, let's go have dinner?
No, I don't do that.
Exactly.
Why?
Huh?
No,
Why?
No, seriously, say, when was the last time we had dinner with Chris? It's when
Right now,
had
before we
that-
started
No,
the show.
it was when we had that video editor.
Darren.
You know why? Chris is like, I'm not going to dinner. You guys cost me too much money.
Yeah, y'all like some expensive dates, man.
No, you
Tell Arun you can drink alcohol? Oh, my God. Clear the path, ladies.
Let's
You
go.
and I went drink for drink that night.
Yeah, no, we did. Back in the days when I drank. Dude, I know. I've deprioritized friendships. I get it. I get that I'm a bad person. I am a terrible friend.
Yeah, you're not the best friend. You're a good friend.
I'm not a good friend either.
Not a good
I'm
friend.
a mediocre friend at best. I'm not an acquaintance because
Yeah,
I actually
that's
do give a shit. I just don't care enough to call you about it.
Or ask.
Or ask.
Does that mean this? But hold on, that's a whole nother topic. Then I mean, do you really care? Then
Okay, I do. Okay, all
if
right,
you
look,
gave
all
a
right.
shit, you would call.
Let's do this. All right, and I know you don't.
Oh, let's
I know
do
it's
it.
difficult for
This
you.
is opening a can of worms for you, my friend.
Okay, Daddy. I know it's difficult for you. All right.
How honest do you want me on this conversation?
I want you very honest.
I want you logged in the entire time.
Turn the honesty all the way up. I know it's difficult for you because there's going to be a personal connotation. I'm going to give you an example of what personal conversations actually sound like. Sharing real stuff.
Oh, let's go, baby.
My brother had a nose job. Okay.
Yes.
He had a deviated septum, and granted, he aesthetically could have used some improvements on the nose.
I don't think so. I thought he was very handsome.
It was a little crooked from the fall. He knows it. I mean, I'm not telling anybody. I'm not airing out his dirty laundry. Right? My whole family's like, go over and visit him. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't got time for that. I called him. I FaceTimed him. You okay? Cool, bro. All right, good.
But you're the same person that gets hurt if he didn't come visit you.
No.
That's not true,
not
bro.
true.
When you had your asshole split open, you were like, no, he didn't come visit me. Yes, you're that guy. You are that guy too.
No, there's a difference.
You are sensitive.
No, I wasn't. First of all, if you're going to talk about my asshole being split open, you have to give some context. Okay.
Especially on a Diddy episode.
All right. I had a colorectal surgery.
All the listeners listen to the episode where you explained it. That's what
I don't even know what episode that was.
Yeah, I don't. Neither do I.
Is one of them labeled the ass episode?
yeah, colorectal surgery.
This makes me calling you daddy very awkward.
Now.
So I had a colorectal surgery. There was some bleeding. They had to cut my anus in half, and he has to heal from the inside out. I was not upset with my family. Wait, why are you looking at me like that?
Christopher.
You knew this. What?
No, you were not upset.
No, I'll explain. I wasn't upset with my family not visiting me because I had a surgery. I was upset because I physiologically could not function on my own in simple ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's different when brother had a nose surgery. His wife's with him, right? I know he's taken care of. His wife's family was there. I know he's taken care of. Yeah. And he can still get around and do things. It's just he can't breathe very well.
I mean, look,
I physiologically could not get off my stomach and walk around and move.
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, like, y'all know I can't.
For how long, though? I mean, the first week, 2 weeks, okay. But then after that?
No, because I had to heal from the inside out.
Yeah.
I couldn't drive myself anywhere because I couldn't sit on my bottom.
Yeah.
I had to sit on my stomach in back of Ubers, which is a very weird way to get into an Uber.
Yeah.
Hey, daddy. You get and you lay on your stomach.
Yeah.
And it was awkward. But and I had to get this is before standing desks were a thing. I had a stand-up desk. And I was basically wearing a glorified diaper for the greater portion of like 4 months.
Yeah, you had that soft cushion that you had to sit on.
I had the donut.
I
had the donut. And then every time I went to the bathroom, this wound up being a huge problem. I had to sit in like warm, salty water for 40 minutes.
So let me ask you this follow-up question. If you know that you clearly understand that most people are the other way. Right?
Yes.
Okay, you get that part, right?
Yeah.
And you know that for most people, it would make them feel good if you did carve out that time to go see them.
I disagree. I think the sentiment would make them feel good.
Okay.
But let's be honest. If you've had a surgery and you don't feel well, right? Something like this, you don't want people there when you're not feeling very well, you're drugged, you want to sleep.
Absolutely, I get that.
Right? Like,
I'm like that too. Like,
you want someone to come over, help you out, and then leave.
Yeah, it's nice in theory, but it's also kind of like, man, fucking leave. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, just come in, then dip.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Kids don't say dip anymore, do they?
No, we're going to keep dip around for a long time.
Okay.
That's cemented.
All right. In any event, yeah, you don't want people to stay there like and hang out with you. And then when you start to get better and you're a little more functional and you're off like painkillers and stuff like that, then you're like, all right, let's watch a movie or something like that. Like, I get that.
So my thought process on all this is I get the whole idea of I don't want to go in and burden the person. They don't want to sit and talk to me with everything on their face. But you know what I'll do? I'll go deliver their favorite meal or something and just drop it at their doorstep, and then I'll leave.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Yeah.
I don't. That's not me.
I know it's not you. Why? He lives down the street.
I can Postmates it to him.
Yeah, you can, but there's no effort in that.
There's plenty of effort. I got to get on my phone. I had to order it. I had to send it to him. I had to hit tip numbers that are probably ridiculous.
Did you do this?
No. He's got his wife. He's good.
Come on, man.
Come on. Look, dude. I'm not the world's greatest relative. I'm not the world's greatest sibling.
But you can't just write that off and then expect everyone to be like, no, but then I expect you to be like really good to me.
I don't. I'm actually quite used to people not being good to me.
No, yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm quite used to it.
Unfortunately. But then
I'm good.
You do have certain levels of expectations.
No. I have certain levels of expectations when it comes to business. If I message you guys podcast.
I'll do it and nothing? You're just going to sit there quiet?
I have no idea what to say. I mean, dude, no.
Bro, you're tap dancing, bro. You're
I'm not tap dancing.
Yes, you are.
Okay, what is the expectations that I have of you guys? What?
I had, my daughter had surgery 7 months ago now.
Yes.
We never talked about that on the show.
In that time frame, that first week, you asked how I was doing.
Yeah.
After that, I think it was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. You're like, hey, how's Zara doing?
Yeah.
I looked at you and I was like, why the fuck do you want to know?
Because you didn't ask for a long time.
Well, that's a weird stance to take, just because somebody has
Bro,
other
every
priorities.
time I've seen you since we've been doing this show, I ask how Carter's doing. I actually stopped because you don't care enough to ask how my
He
kids
feels
are
like
doing.
you don't. He feels like you don't care enough.
So I
Not
stopped
true.
asking. I mean, dude,
I
maybe you do, but you don't.
The problem is, I think your friends would like for you to show it a little bit more. You say you do, and then just show it a little bit more.
all right.
But you're very busy.
That's not an excuse.
It's not. Yeah, for people that you matter to you.
I would say, okay, look. This is gonna sound terrible. There is an inflection point where I feel like people want to talk about things that matter to them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people will ask you what they want you to ask them.
Okay, I'll give you an example.
A lot of times people will walk in, oh, how's the family? Because they want you to ask them about their family. Because you guys want to share thoughts about back and forth with one another.
No, I'm not like that.
I'm
I
not-
I
I'm-
ask because if I ever come in and I ask how your family's doing, it's because I care about you and I want to make sure that the people that are close to you are also doing okay.
But I'm also exceedingly forthcoming, and I will tell you how things are going. Like, even if I'm having a tough time at home, I'll tell you.
You are very open about everything that's going
Right.
on. Yeah.
And I'm very open because that's who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I've realized over time that a lot of people don't like that.
Chris, the difference though,
It's not that they
right
don't like
there
it.
is some fucking I don't even know. The janitor can come in right now and be like, "Hey, Chris, how are you doing? How's the family?" You'll open up to them the same way you would open up to Saeed
Yeah.
and
What's
I.
the
Yeah.
difference?
It's true.
So where's
So where do
It's
we
true.
stand?
yeah? Where do
What are
we?
you saying? Like, I'm open with everybody.
Yeah,
Like, that's the thing. That's the difference, and that's the part that people don't understand, and I get it. That I'm the weird one here. I am not a different person to people I don't know and people I do know and people around. I am the same person to everyone.
You are that same person. Yep. I can attest to
I
that.
am the same person to everyone.
Mhm.
And it bothers me how people are different with different people. I have always taken objection with that.
Wait.
To
hold
me,
on.
it seems inauthentic. You have a persona for people that you know better than other people
Yeah.
because you feel more comfortable, whatever reasons it might be.
No, you care more about certain people than other people.
Okay.
You have that's the whole
They have
That's
more
the whole
meaning.
point-
They bring more.
that's
to
the whole point of
table.
relationships.
But can't you say you care about everyone?
But you do agree though, like curating and devoting time and feeding and fueling relationships is a very healthy thing.
It's never turned out well for me.
Yeah, I mean I would not say never.
I have had a tremendous amount of people that I considered friends at one point in time fuck me.
Yeah, but
Daddy.
that's true. They have, but that not everybody has.
Not everybody, no, true. And I will.
That wasn't me. That was
Sorry.
Sorry.
I couldn't tell which one of y'all was clearing your throat.
Sorry,
the guy right next to you.
Yeah,
Sorry, yeah.
I will admit, as I've gotten older,
Mhm.
I'm going to regret saying this the second I say it.
All right.
Shit. I do feel like I have a measurable amount of autism.
You can't say that.
I do. I don't mean that in like a sarcastic way. I mean, like, I literally think there are portions I have like autistic like qualities.
Okay.
And because of that, you
But then you fully recognize some of the other things. You're like, like when you come on and say like, I'm just a bad friend.
No, it's just I know that my willingness to engage in things that people consider to be normalized friendship is not the same.
Yeah.
I know that I'm different. Like, I can see it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I change the way I feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, the pleasantries of bullshit are lost on me.
The pleasantries of bullshit.
Hey, how are you? The whole time I'm thinking, get to the fucking point.
Oh, hurry up and get there faster.
Yeah, because I don't have time like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know we're like leisurely like pacing the show and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, my days are so. Every minute of today was accounted for.
So, Chris, do you understand how that comes off? Like what
Yeah.
I'm hearing right now, what I'm hearing is I don't have time for bullshit. So, you asking, hey, how's Miriam and Zara doing? That is bullshit for you to sit and listen for that 10 seconds where I say, they're good. Zara just started walking. Miriam.
No, that's not true. It's not that is bullshit. It's that.
You don't care.
No, it's not that I don't care. It's
You're
that.
autistic and
No.
Let him finish.
It's that if there's something going on and you want my opinion, I will always listen. If you come to me with something, I will always listen.
Which is true, which I have done in the past.
Right? But I'm never going to pry into asking how people are, because I've found out the hard way. People have different interpersonal perspectives than I do. I tend to be much more open than other people. And my willingness to ask really point blank, fucked up questions in a short, concise way can be offensive.
I mean,
this is no different than.
I am the exact same way as you.
And it's why we bump heads on stuff like podcasts where we're talking about it. You know what I mean, Daddy?
I mean, there's no. This is no different than. I can't believe I'm about to do what I'm about to do.
Talk about your personal life?
No.
So it's foolish.
If there was a long stretch of time where Kobe was like, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to hang banners."
Yeah, 100% accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, but then everyone around him would be like, all right, well, we'll work with this guy, and then you go off and do your thing, and us friends are gonna build relationships.
True story. I hated Kobe Bryant during his time in the league. I thought he was arrogant. I thought he was juvenile. I thought he was childish. And shortly before he passed away, he did an interview with GQ, and I still have the GQ magazine, physical print copy, where in the article he said, this is what caught my eye. He said that he understood that he was a bad friend and a bad husband and a bad father. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, he was cognizant of all the things that I was critical of him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. So I was engaged. Now I'm like, what? And I start reading it, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I don't like him because he's me.
He's willing to sacrifice everything for the thing that he's trying to achieve.
In his mind, you had to make those sacrifices in order to be good.
Not good. Great.
Yeah. Right. I'm not saying I'm great at him at anything, but I have made the same choice as it relates to my business over time. And on some ways, I will admit there are some regrets that I have. You
could share the same mindset. And look, I think that there's a certain subset of the population or certain people that are really career driven or just don't want to settle and they want to aspire for more and more and more. Like, there's something about that you need to have in order to make it, right? And then other people might value the actual relationship building more.
Well, and let me put it into a different context, and Arun, I hope you understand this applies to you as well. Humans are very dynamic creatures. We all have a different capacity for output of work. We all have a different capacity for input of information, for output of information, for conversation. Just our capacities as humans and everything that we do varies such a great deal, right? It's incredible to me. Steve Jobs, may he rest in peace, always spoke about eliminating decision fatigue.
Yeah.
That's why he wore the same outfit every single day. It was one less decision he had to make in his day.
Yeah, I think I remember Obama used to have somebody pick his outfit too, so that was just one less decision he'd have to make.
One less decision, because when you're dealing with an influx of information, there's only so much output you can put out on a daily basis.
Right.
So, as terrible as this might sound, one of the ways I've found to defend myself from decision fatigue is limiting the inputs that come to me by not asking.
Yeah.
If you bring something to me, I will opine and have a conversation with you. If you do not, odds are I'm not going to come to you and ask unless I'm concerned or unless something significant has happened, because I'm not going to bring any more inputs to my day. You see it say more than most.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that I'm dealing with on an emotional EQ frequency takes a tremendous amount of, frankly, political finesse on a daily basis.
It's wild.
It's at this point in time, I'm essentially a politician, and it's terrible because I don't enjoy it at all. But that's the nature of the game when you're playing in such a public arena.
Mm-hmm.
And people will talk about the stress of being, all these things. Like, I get it, everybody's got different stress levels, right? What stresses me out might not stress you out. What's vice versa. You never know.
Yeah.
I have just chosen to limit the amount of information. And honestly, after weeks where I go to work and I'm at work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., I go to the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I get home, spend whatever time I can with my son. Then I'm editing podcast content, or I'm working on something else, or I'm doing law firm stuff. That I haven't watched television.
Yeah.
In God knows how long with my wife.
Right.
I haven't sat on the couch with my wife and done nothing in God knows how long.
Right.
I don't. We haven't had a date night in probably like 3 weeks. right? And it's not because we didn't want one, our babysitter canceled. Like my life is at a cadence that most people could not consistently do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with it for right now, but I can't do it forever.
Yeah, at some point you're gonna have to pull back, right?
There'll be exhaustion.
Yeah. I mean, so are you not fearful of like? Okay, I get the whole friends thing. Okay, let's say we come to terms with that, but let's say the building relationship with your wife, and you always talk about, we don't say it on the podcast as much, but you have said it on the podcast, but off camera too, you say I love my wife, and I love spending time with my wife.
She's my best friend.
Right. So it's like at some point, God forbid, one day when you're on your deathbed, you don't want to be thinking, I wish I would have spent more time with my wife.
Well, and that's where my time goes. That's where my inquiry. So when I get home, and this is going to sound terrible, and I know my wife's probably going to hear this episode of all episodes.
This is the one.
This is the one. I called
Well,
you
you
Daddy
called me Daddy
the entire show. You know what I mean, Daddy? But in any event, I know it takes every bit of like mental restraint some days when I get home. So I try to go to the gym first every single day, even if I'm just going to do like cardio for 20 minutes, because that's going to be like my silence. And I'll listen to music, but I'll try not to talk to. I don't talk to a single person at the gym. I despise it. I don't want to know any of you.
Yeah.
Like I'm here to do my thing. Like you do your thing. I just want to quiet, nothing. I don't want to make any decisions. I don't want to think.
Right.
I just want to move. Right. And I'll get home, and my wife, because she hasn't had a chance to talk to anybody all day long. She's staying at home with her son. She spends a little bit of time. She has some people in the neighborhood and friends. She wants to download with me. That's just a ton of information coming my way. And usually by that time of the day, I've made a lot of critical conversation, had a lot of critical conversations, made a lot of critical decisions, and I'm just at mental fatigue.
Yep.
The last thing I want to do is opine on like drama.
Yeah.
Or like what's going on with people that frankly just need to grow up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
Right. And that's a great corollary. And for my wife, I'll do it all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll try to be responsive and give feedback and do all those things. But when you think about it in the context of friendships, most friendships, they want to go out and drink with you or eat with you. I don't want to do those two things right now.
Yeah.
That's usually not child friendly. I don't get to spend a whole lot of time with my son, so I prefer to spend that extra time that I would be with friends with my son.
Right. That's just more time taken away from, the other people that really matter.
Yeah. And Arun, I don't ask you about your wife and about the girls as much as I should, and I apologize. Do you go out and do things like for a hobby? You play golf? You play sports? Like, what do you do?
Play sports.
Used to.
Yeah, like 15 years ago. I golf once a quarter.
Once a quarter.
Okay.
6 months.
What do you do for yourself? You hang out with Saeed? You guys go over there, spend time with the family?
I mean, family together.
Yeah, Sunday brunches.
Sunday brunches, okay.
Yeah.
What do I do for myself?
You go out with friends? Do you go to parties?
Twice a year for a weekend, I do hang out with a group of my friends from San Francisco.
You just told me before the show started that you were hanging out with a relative and they were trying to introduce your friends to those friends, right?
Oh, occasional friend gatherings? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
How often do you do that?
Once a month?
Yeah,
maybe?
once a month, once every 2 months.
Okay. I don't do any of that.
That's
None of it.
once a month.
None of it.
But Chris, so this is the thing.
I know. I get you don't do that, but that's also with our family.
I get it. My family doesn't do it with me either.
Chris.
No, I'm saying that's with like our wife and children.
No, I get it.
Right?
Saying.
So it's like
I've invited you to enough events, Chris, where you have said no.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, like the request of you attending
naturally would go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like you feel like, oh, I don't want to. It's like I don't want. Let's not do this awkward song and dance. I gotta invite you, and then you say no.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's all good. I know I'm weird. Like I know I'm the wrong one here.
I'm trying to get you. I want to get you
Yeah,
even
but the way-
happier.
the
I
way
want to
you
get you
just-
to your happy place.
The way you
Okay.
just worded it was like, oh, you get to do your own thing.
Because
though,
I feel
right,
like
Haroon?
because I feel
No, I'm just using it as an example.
Okay.
yeah.
No, I don't feel guilt about it, but I'm just saying like you're kind of like stating, hey, Haroon, like you get to do your own thing. I don't get to do my own thing. My
No.
own thing is-
That's your read. Like I'm just giving you, like, look, like people. I understand that people do these things more often, more frequently. I understand, but keep in mind too. Like, all right, let's be cavalier. All right.
Oh shit!
I've had a wild 2 years in the office.
It's been crazy.
Wild, untenable by most people's standards.
Yep.
nights, weekends, literally on the phone in some cases with politicians.
And for the listeners out there, we wish we could pierce that veil
Yeah,
and we could talk about it, but we can't.
I mean, a lot of it's public, and a lot of people will know. But I mean, we've had such a difficult time in the economy and everything else.
Oh yeah.
I know it sounds selfish, but on a weekend where I've got an opportunity to not think about things, I prefer to do that. And unfortunately, over the last 2 years, 7 out of 10 times, I'm getting a call on a weekend or at night. Just this last weekend, I was on a call with New York at midnight.
Yeah.
On a Saturday night. Answering questions about financials.
Yeah.
Right? The last time I went to Disneyland, when things went weird, I was outside the Pirates of the Caribbean. My wife and son were inside riding the ride, talking to a senator.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do all these things. And yeah, look, I get people look at your life and they go, "Oh, it's great. You're top of the food chain. Must be amazing." And they're like, "Oh, he comes in the office later. He leaves early." It's like, dude, like you don't understand. Like I'm constantly on.
No, you're working all the time. Yeah.
So that weekend time to hang out with you or go to that person's thing, go to this person's thing.
Yeah.
Like that's my only downtime. Like that's my only opportunity to try to fit in like normal life.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And even then, the odds of me being interrupted are high.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't know, going to some of these events that that Arun's talking about, like I don't know, you gain so much experience because at the end of the day, we all cherish being good fathers.
Yeah.
Right. So I have actually end up having a lot of conversations about fatherhood there at these events, and you actually pick up on a lot of cool shit.
No, I'm not taking it away from anybody. I get it. And look, my dad,
Get a
was
lot of
not
insight from a lot of different people, different walks of life.
no, I get it. I know that I'm the weird
Change
one.
like it helps. I've had so many conversations where I've gone in not knowing I was going to be talking about a certain topic, and it completely changes my perspective. And I'm like, I feel so much better about a given topic that's going on with the kids, And it's like, wow, that was like a really refreshing conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I will admit too, I'm also very, as much as I come off extroverted, I'm very socially awkward. Like it's a practice apathy for me to be in a social setting and be like engaged.
Yeah.
Like I've learned to do it and try to be entertaining with it. But the reality is if it were up to me, I would sit in a room and be quiet and not say a word.
Yeah.
Literally the entire time.
Yeah.
And I would be totally okay. Again, I know I'm weird.
No.
I know I'm the anomaly
It's
here.
it's not that you're weird. It's I don't even know how we even came up on this whole topic.
Arun's a terrible human being.
I'm exposed. This episode's gonna be labeled exposed.
No, we'll let AI
Daddy.
label it.
Exposed, daddy.
The problem is it's funny if you listen to the episode, and this is the problem with a lot of our episodes like titles. It doesn't tell the listener what the show is about unless they listen to the show and they go, "Oh, that's what they named it that."
That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to start getting away from that and start getting away to
the clickbait
like,
shit.
let me tell you why you should listen to the show. It'll make you rich.
Yeah, get rich now by doing this.
Yeah, no more gurus, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's why the gurus are wrong.
We haven't finished the first article yet, and
Yeah.
we're an hour into the show.
Yeah. No, we finished the first article.
No, I didn't get to the last paragraph.
Oh, if you're still tuned in,
Let me tell you again while we're right. The increase has aligned. I'm really going to do this. The increase that is aligned with the shift in how investors view the Fed's path for future rate cuts, a pivot that started even before the September move. The 10-year Treasury yield, which is the strongest correlation to mortgage rates, has also risen since the rate cut, signaling that investors feel good about the economy and are pricing in less easing going forward. Effectively saying one really important thing that Chris and Saeed and Arun were right, even though they don't hang out socially outside the show.
well, I mean, they want to. Just one person's holding back.
Do they?
One person's holding back. Yeah.
My bad.
I said my bad.
So salty back there.
Yeah, bro. Hopefully the people in Florida are gonna be all right, huh?
Yeah, Milton's a problem. We have cameras on one of the properties out there, and the storm surge before it even made contact with the shore was like 3 feet.
Dude, Milton's going to be a problem in, how do you pronounce it? Helene? It's not Helen.
Helene.
It's Helene. Yeah. Helene was a major problem. It still
Irma
is a
before
problem.
that. Yeah.
Bro, apparently, I got it down here because I was watching a couple of videos on it before the show, which why it ties into a financial literacy podcast is that your homeowners insurance premiums are going to go through the roof.
Yeah.
Everybody nationwide.
Yeah.
Did
you hear that Geico stopped covering Cybertrucks?
I did it. Yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
You probably said it to me earlier
I
today.
think I read it too.
Yeah. Insane. Why though?
Just because there's too many claims.
Too many claims.
It blows my mind that insurance companies are like, you know what, we're paying too much on this. We're just going to stop doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Your whole point is to pay when things go wrong.
Or it's like this. Oh, I'll just raise your premium 20%. You'll probably walk away.
Yeah,
And then guess
mine
what?
has gone up like
And
35%.
some people just do it, right? So did you know that Helene spun off 33 tornadoes?
I did not know that.
It spun off 33 tornadoes so far. It's caused $30 to $45 billion in damage. It's estimated to go up to $250 billion. That's from CoreLogic.
All that money we sent to the Ukraine could have gone a lot better places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, we're sending weapons over to foreign countries when stuff like this is going on. And can I just ask the macro question? This is going to sound terrible. Why do you live in Florida if this has hit you 3 times now in a row?
Yeah, like you know it's coming again, right?
Like, I mean, this happened last year, Irma, and it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then these two coming through, and I get that people will say it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen.
I mean, it's happened multiple times in my lifetime.
And people are like, "Oh, earthquakes are worse. You don't know when they're going to come." Yeah, I guess that's one way to view it. But damn, dude, water,
I'll
a
be honest,
hurricane.
I generally sleep through earthquakes, but the one that hit, I think last weekend, did it wake? I can't remember how big it was, but I woke up from it. And I was like, even I was shook.
You woke up from it, huh, Daddy?
I woke up from it. I was like, oh no, Daddy.
My wife asked me, she's like, "Where's a safe place in our house if we have a bad earthquake?" And I'm like, "Outside."
Yeah.
There's not one in the house.
Yeah, under the doorway.
Yeah, that's what I said. That sounds so manufactured.
I know.
It's like, just pick a doorway, stand underneath, you'll be fine.
One of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the house falls on you, it's fine.
It's fine. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Just scream.
Should we even get into the second article here?
We had a second one, didn't we? It was on
We have,
credit card debt.
no, you kind of touched on it.
All right.
Odin, do you have any poppy culture?
I have a few things. Oh Jesus! I just hit my face.
I just hit my.
With what?
Yeah.
Was it a big round thing?
Don't want to talk about it, Daddy.
No one's gonna listen to the show again.
It's over.
Not this late.
We're losing subscriptions off
All
this
right.
episode.
Yeah. What is this? What we got here? This is from the New York Post.
Talk about a lazy workout, huh? We got what's that fat losing pill right now?
Tirzepatide, semaglutide.
Yeah, that thing.
GLP-1s.
Yep. Now they have a new thing that they're working on that affects the benefits of exercising. So it's as if you're running 10,000 kilometers, 10K, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what?
New exercise
new
pill
pill.
mimics the effects of running a 10K without effort. What is it? Bro, it can't do that.
What does that even mean?
What is it going to speed up your heart rate?
So it just makes you tired? It's a Quaalude?
Yeah, what do you mean mimics the effects? Bro, there's so many factors at play here.
What's the effects? Fatigue?
Yeah, you're not building any stamina.
Can I ask a question about
This is
running
some
that I don't
bullshit,
understand?
bro.
If you're running and you got to put Band-Aids on your nipples, like, why are you doing it?
Oh, the chafing?
Like, that's not pleasant.
Sai, didn't you do that?
No,
Put-
I never
put
put the
Band-Aids in
band.
your
No, I
nipples?
never did. No, I did the run.
So
I did.
It feels like he says
I
he
got
did.
very close to running a marathon back in the day.
Oh.
Tore my lower abdomen.
How do you... What?
22. I got up to, bro, I worked myself up. I was training for the LA Marathon, okay, and I gave myself a 10, mind you, someone that was a basketball player that never ran before. Ego through the roof. I could run
Dude, I know...
I could run a fucking marathon. What the fuck? It's just running.
No.
Okay, so I gave myself a 10-week window.
It takes a different kind of mental fortitude to do this.
Bro, a 10-week window to prep for the LA Marathon. Week 1, I started off at 10 miles. I was like, I'm just going to run 10 miles. And I did it, okay? Build up. I worked myself up all the way up to 22 miles. I'm 2 weeks out from the marathon. Tore my lower abdomen.
What does a lower abdomen tear
Right? It's
feel
like it's almost like a sports
Don't
hernia.
point to your
Like
groin.
a sports hernia.
Sports hernia? Is that
Yeah.
what we're calling it now?
That's what it's called medically. Yeah, what do you mean?
So because your ass is so big and it's so lopsided that
Bro, your boy was. I know it's hard to believe, but your boy was lean.
come on, meow.
Yeah, terrible. I wish I never did it. God, I regretted every bit of it.
Do what, training for a marathon?
Yeah,
I trained for a Tough Mudder and did it.
it ain't the same, bro.
Dude, you know what it's like getting out of one of those things and there's like
I've seen a lot of thick people finish those
dirt
Tough
coming out
Mudders.
of theirs? Yeah, there's a lot of thick people there.
And it's like I've heard from multiple sources that it's like you think it's like people are out there grinding, and it's like some people are out there literally just having a good time. Like,
oh yeah, I wasn't one of them. I was militant about it.
Yeah,
I was like, we're going, bro. Some
We're
people just
doing
walking, just chilling, talking to their friends. Like, you want to jump off this into that? Yeah, sure, okay. I mean, it's
just fun.
very lackadaisical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this pill's nothing. It's stupid.
yeah.
It's just literally
Why'd you
just
bring it
for
up?
time. Because I
No,
saw
it's
it.
so
It was
dumb. I mean,
clickbait.
it's like God. People just want anything to like not do the work.
Literally the first line. Talk about lazy workout.
That's yeah.
I fully don't understand.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, you shared this one with me earlier this week.
Which one? What is this?
It all makes sense now why Denzel Washington.
Oh
ignored
yeah,
it.
dude.
He
Come
ignored
on,
him.
we have to talk about the P Diddy stuff.
So in this clip, Denzel Washington is talking to somebody.
What game are they at? They're a Sparks game?
So Jay-Z walks over to him.
No, this is a
See?
Laker game.
Oh, this is a year ago.
So Jay-Z's trying to talk to him, and he ignores him. Then he pushes him off.
What is this?
So he pushes him off. He's literally telling Jay-Z to fuck off.
He's joking with him though. That's got to be a joke, right?
He never turns around.
The backstory here is that it came out in the press that Denzel and his wife were at a Diddy party, a classic Diddy party, right? Which
Classic.
I don't know what that means.
After hours, before hours. Yeah. What are we doing?
I don't know if he was in the separate room.
Okay.
But allegedly there was a big altercation, which resulted in him yelling, Denzel Washington yelling at Diddy, saying like, "You don't respect nobody," and I'm sure there was some expletives in there.
Oh, I thought you were gonna use his voice.
Oh, you ain't gonna do the King Kong? You ain't got shit on me?
No. Every time I do an accent on the show of any type, you guys call me a racist. Like, it doesn't matter what it is.
No, a Denzel accent? That's totally fine.
Wait, Denzel's okay, but anytime I do a Pakistani, it's offensive?
No, when you make hold on. I've gone down the rabbit hole with this. Okay?
Is that a euphemism for something else?
Daddy. When you when you use the accent, when the punchline is the accent, like that's why it's funny, that's racist. You can't do that. But
what if the accent's just part of the whole dialogue?
Hold on, not to me. I'm saying to cancel culture. To me, it's all funny. I think everything is hilarious.
Is cancel culture still happening?
I hope not. But if you're doing an impersonation about a specific person, that's always okay.
So if I said, this is my Denzel Washington impression,
I feel like
that's not true.
I feel like you can't do a Jackie Chan accent. You can't do Jackie Chan accent. Yeah.
And not only that, but like if you're Disney, you can't hire like a white guy doing an African American cartoon character's accent anymore.
Yeah, that's a very sensitive topic.
So you can't hire like a non-Asian person to do an Asian cartoon character's like voice over work.
Yeah, because
so like they're doing like Moana, they have to go find a Pacific Islander female to be Moana's voice.
Moana 2, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean in the first one, but ultimately you're doing that. They want somebody who's.
Which are like, I mean, I kind of get that. Why can't you tell me you can't find somebody, right?
I mean that's the art. Well, look, if voice sounds good, a voice sounds good, right? Like
right.
People want the authenticity, though. I guess
I guess, yeah.
So. Unsolved killing of Tupac Shakur.
Oh, the unsolved killing of Tupac Shakur returned to the headlines.
Yep. So Tupac's family has hired Alec. Oh no,
it's an attorney, right?
Yeah. Fuck, what's his name?
An attorney that represents
Alex Spiro.
Okay.
Yeah, to investigate the murder and see what's going on.
Wait, Alex Spiro, that name sounds familiar.
I don't know, an attorney.
Okay.
It was Alex Spiro, celeb lawyer who repped Jay-Z handling Eric Adams' case. Okay. There you go. You knew he repped Jay-Z? Is that what you're telling me?
I know my Rockefeller stuff.
Yeah. So you want to hear one of the only conspiracy theories about Diddy that I find to be very plausible?
Ooh, let's put the tinfoil hats on.
Yeah. There is a clip of Tupac auditioning in Hollywood for a role. I would say he's probably in his late teens, early 20s.
I've seen this.
And
it was auditioning, right?
He was auditioning for a role.
I think Candace Owens close to this.
He was exceedingly flamboyant in a way that did not fit his thug gangster personality that he was portraying.
Yeah.
Which I look at and go, okay, he's really into the arts.
Mm-hmm.
He was into acting. Was this who he really was?
Yeah, I mean, part of it could also be like you adopt a certain lifestyle and then that just becomes who you are.
Well, follow me down the rabbit hole here, right? If you were this flamboyant, outgoing, happy young person who turned into this thug, okay, cool.
I think he also did ballet.
Yeah, that's out there. Jada Pinkett Smith was really tight with you, but Will was not intimidated by the relationship.
That's also there.
That's also there. She said, I love Tupac, and Will's okay with her saying this to everybody. Like, we had a relationship on a different level. Maybe Will's like, because he was gay.
I'm not touching this.
And then at the same time,
I'm
like,
not touching this.
Diddy and him were rumored to be.
This is bad for the culture, bro.
No, I know. It changes the dynamic.
Yeah.
But if you look at everything in context, you look at like Diddy and him had like a close relationship, and then something went south. The rumor is one of them called off their relationship, and that's where the beef started to come from. Because they didn't.
Something about Diddy's birthday, right?
Yeah, at his birthday party, Tupac allegedly broke up with Diddy.
or
At his birthday.
ignored him or something.
No, they had split up, or like they he said he was done with whatever it was at Diddy's party, and Diddy got all upset about it, and that's where the beef started.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a whole
Clusterfuck.
yeah. Do you call them freak offs now?
I cannot wait for this.
Nope.
What do
It
you
already
mean?
Came out.
Really? I'm saying I cannot wait to watch it myself.
No.
It bombed.
It
People walked
bombed.
out.
Why?
It's a musical, dude.
I'm all for it still.
Joker Part
Dude,
2 is
don't
one of the
do
worst
musicals.
rated
You
films.
saw it?
Huh?
You saw it?
Dude, it was a social media trend of people going on social media expressing how pissed off they were watching it.
Oh no.
It is tragically bad. I have not seen it. I have no desire to see it.
I don't want to kill. If it's gonna ruin the first one for me, then maybe I
Yes.
shouldn't watch it.
Oh, ruin it.
Multiple people have said it absolutely.
You saw it,
ruined the
Odin?
first one.
I have not, no.
God damn it,
Yeah,
man.
well,
It's a
I have
musical,
friends that walked out of
He's
it.
my favorite Joker.
It's a musical with the same song over and over again.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
kind of creepy vibes like that.
It's a weird thing, dude.
And that's what, Lady Gaga?
Lady Gaga's casting now makes sense because it's musical.
Damn
Yeah.
it. So disappointed.
Yeah.
There's literally videos on social media, people walking out going,
You don't understand.
What
I've
in the
literally
actual fuck
spent
was
the
that?
last 6 months trying to convince my wife to watch the first one. She's like, I don't want to scare myself. I don't want to scare myself. It looks
First one
freaky.
is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm like, just watch it for the art, like of acting. Just watch it for that. And finally got her to do it. So I was like, you need to watch that so you and I can both go together to watch this.
You should go watch it. I heard it's great.
It's great like
That's
that.
a good friend right
It's
there.
great like Bad Boys.
Yeah, how's the family doing, Saeed?
My family's doing wonderful, man.
Yeah.
Adam had an amazing parent-teacher conference today.
That's
That
fantastic.
was awesome. Arya had a great field trip. She's killing her spelling tests.
That's great.
What is this? Oh, I've seen these.
Chris, I want you to get me these.
What the fuck is that?
It's like a mock-up of the fours. They call them the Jordan 4 RM. Yeah, I don't like them.
RM.
Oh, it's
But
the
they got a
Bruce
black
Lee's.
and they got a black and white one that's actually not bad.
Please, they got the little slashes.
Well,
from Bruce
relax, bro. The top one. Shame on you for not knowing the top one. No, go up go up above. That top one's a Kobe.
Yeah. Why are they comparing the two of them?
I don't know why they're comparing the two of them.
Spirit of Bruce Lee. Oh,
The black
they,
and
they're doing
yellow.
the black and okay. You should have started with the Bruce Lee.
So, Adam's been training really, really, really hard for basketball. Okay.
Yeah, overwhelming dad story. Great.
No, I'm just telling you a story about Adam. Nothing about
Oh,
overwhelming dad.
sorry, I didn't realize
Jeez.
it. It all kind of goes back to you being an amazing dad.
Jeez. So, and all he's at, so he's like knee deep in this stuff now. Like he's in like,
Good.
I'm glad he found something, right?
he found something.
Yeah, that he enjoys. But we took the season off because basketball now is not like what you and I did back in the day. I mean, I don't know if you were like me, but I had 9 games for the full year. After it was done, wait till next year for another 9 games. Okay.
Oh no, I had like AAU teams and all that stuff.
At age 8.
No, I didn't play basketball. I didn't start playing basketball until I was like 15.
Okay, so like these kids now, they have season. Even the rec leagues are year round, not
Yeah.
just AAU, just
Yeah.
the rec leagues.
Rec leagues are.
So there's fall season, winter season, spring, 2 summer seasons. So he hasn't missed a season since he started playing. But I told him, I was like, hey, let's take fall off. We won't get you on a team, and we'll just train for the next 3-4 months, and we'll see where you end up, and maybe we'll land you like on another team, so I can like stop coaching, right? And I can just sit back and enjoy him, because when I'm coaching the games, I don't get to enjoy him. I want to enjoy him.
This might be another Chris is a weird person. I have zero desire to coach my kids. My kid. I don't want to coach anything.
I didn't either. I put him on a team, and then the guy going out there literally had no idea what he was doing. And I'm not just being like backseat driver. I'm saying practice consisted of 10 kids getting together. He rolled the ball out, have fun. And I was like, you're not gonna teach them anything, nothing. So then he's never gonna get better, right? I'm like, okay, then I can't do this. I can't just sit back and have you like you say you want to be good, and then I just throw you on a trash team. I'll have to at least coach you for a year or two. And in the beginning, it was a little rough, but now as it's like getting closer to the end, I'm realizing like, oh man, this might be my last season like coaching him. I should cherish this, because this will be it from like once he officially gets like on some like club team, like that'll never come back again. I'll never coach him again. But we'll train together. Anyways, we're training really hard, and he wants to get on like a club team, and now he's like, Dad, if I make this club team, can you give me some Kobe's? I'm like, oh shit, Kobe's are expensive, bro. They don't just sell them anymore. You gotta like You got to pay top dollar for them, like on like.
Are Kobe's the next generation is Jordan?
Dude, all the kids wear Kobe's when they play. Yeah, like Jordan is like for like fashion stuff, right? If you wear them like out and about, but the kids all want to play in Kobe's.
I don't know what basketball shoes I would wear right now if I was playing.
Kobe's.
Nah.
I'm saying that's the one. Like if you want it to be the one, that's the one.
I don't want to be the one anymore.
I always want to be the one.
I want to be the old guy.
I'm him. That's the new thing these kids are saying.
Thought you were daddy.
Have you heard them say that?
What? I'm him.
I'm him.
Yeah.
My son says he walks around the house. I'm him. I'm like, you're not. You're so far from it. You're not.
I don't even know what that really fully means.
We played Uno the other weekend, and he's like, "I'm him." I'm like, "You haven't even won yet."
And then he doubles down. And he goes, "My name's Himothy."
That's pretty funny,
bro. I'm not gonna lie. He caught me so off guard. I'm like, he's like, I'm him. I'm like, no, you're not. He's like, yes, I am. I'm Himothy.
There's some poor bastard out there whose actual name is Himothy.
Oh shit. Yeah. So, anyways, he wants some Kobe's. Anyone that wants to hook him up, let me know.
What size he wear?
He's a 4 now.
A men's 4?
A men's 4.
I can get him some Kobe's.
Yeah. All right, last one. This is a hot take. So one of Marcel's cousins came over the other day, and she's dating, trying to find someone, find a life partner, you know?
And send in your applications.
Yeah, exactly. She's a doctor. So she has higher standards, right? So
Ooh.
She's like the 5-star review?
Yeah, plug it.
she actually has.
Okay, then we can help her. Please
Yeah,
continue.
I got her on her phone and did
Yeah.
it. So she was talking to some guy for a few weeks via text and stuff and phone calls, and then they finally met up for dinner. He shows up in skinny jeans, and she straight up said no.
Skinny
Like,
jeans
just-
like this? Like tight,
No,
tight?
not like this. Just kind of like. Yeah,
I
exactly.
get it.
Chris looked at his pants.
I did.
That's skinny jeans? That's
No,
not
these
skinny.
are
No,
skinny jeans.
That's not skinny. Those are
jeans.
loose. Those are kind of
these
loose.
are-
But like
these
you
are
know what I
100%.
mean, like slim fit jeans, right?
Got it.
So
Yeah, you really can't wear them anymore unless the fit is spot on.
Yeah.
If you're like a rocker and you wear skinny jeans, like you could probably pull it off.
if that's your look, but like if you're wearing skinny jeans, but you could wear like a baggier top, maybe. you
That's
know?
a no-go.
Yeah.
Big pants are in right now, like big, oversized.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like 90s.
Yeah.
90s is back.
Yeah.
It's
I never got into the skinny jean movement. Like
Can we talk about why?
they didn't make them that size,
Yeah,
bro.
You pear shape, bro.
I know, no, I did. I mean, I was wearing regular cut, and I turned regular cut into skinny jeans.
You couldn't find booties big enough,
Bro, poor
with
guy.
ankles tight enough. I
I
get
worked
it.
at Zara, and I was like, "Say, come on, man."
There's
Like,
not a
I'll give
single
you
thing at
hookup."
Zara that can fit him.
Bro,
So
poor
why?
guy came. I gave him everything.
During my lean days, bro, when I was lean, I
Yeah.
still couldn't fit into that
You
shit.
don't fit. You're too rotund for Zara, bro.
Not rotund, bro.
Voluptuous. You're too voluptuous.
I got muscles, bro. I
Okay,
got
Daddy.
I got quadriceps. I got a teardrop in my quadricep.
I don't want to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a teardrop right now.
Wait, so are you
Uh,
wearing baggy clothes now, Chris?
Well, I can't wear baggy clothes to the office. I mean, keep in mind, I'm wearing like suits most of the time these days.
Yeah,
but,
why don't you wear those baggy suits from the 90s?
Zoot
I
suit.
do have. I have some Lanvin suits that are pretty big, actually. That have like a small waist that are kind of big like that. Those are actually 1980s like vintage suits that I have.
pleated.
Yeah, double pleats. Yeah, I have some of those, but I don't typically wear them that often. I feel like you can't wear statement pieces like that in the office without people like just judging you and like the conclusions. And I just try to keep the focus on like the work, not the attire. So I try to dress well, but I don't whatever. But I do wear baggy clothes on the weekends though, like super
It's
baggy.
way more comfortable. Do you ever see
Y'all would know because you don't see me on the weekends.
back? So I mean, back in the day when people used to go out,
hmm
they used to wear suits when they would go out.
I used to all the time.
Oh man, not you. I'm talking about like in the 20s. Let's say. Okay.
Okay, I'm not that old, but all right, yeah.
Are you following me? And then like jeans became a staple, right?
It's so versatile.
So versatile. I mean, you could dress them up, you could dress them down, you could wear them with sports coats, you could literally wear them with t-shirt, whatever, right? Do you see in the next 50 years just jeans just going away?
No,
Really?
there was already
I
a
see
period.
I see athleisure wear really like taking over, man.
That's because laziness. It's as easy. It's got to. First of all,
No, I think it's a comfort thing too.
it's a comfort thing, but
Bro, denim jeans not comfortable, bro.
oh,
Dark denim jeans.
Denim jeans. If you wear them in right, they feel like second skin, man. Like you got to have like really. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but like the jeans I wear to the office, they're the same pair every single day.
Okay.
Like I always wear the same ones. And the reason why is I'm trying to wear them in to where they fit more, and once like they fit me like right and they're comfortable, like they just feel fantastic. Like when you first get a pair of jeans, especially selvage denim, you have to really, those have to adapt to your body.
Yeah.
And it takes like a year. Or you can,
see that's the whole point. Like, who wants to spend a year adapting some jeans,
Then
bro?
there's-
Why not
there's
just go
tricks.
straight to athleisure wear?
there's tricks. You can literally wear them, get into a bathtub with like cooler water and with them on and like move around with them and then let them hang dry.
So the guy that doesn't want to waste any time.
I don't do that. I'm just saying that there's trick. I don't buy selvage denim anymore because I don't want to do all this shit.
Yeah.
I'll buy like, worn in stuff.
How
Bro, like-
often do you wash your jeans?
I don't wash my jeans.
You're not supposed to wash your jeans, yeah. CEO Levi even said that.
Yeah, I don't wash my jeans. If I really feel like they're getting dirty, I will wash them and like hang dry them, but that's probably like once a year, maybe twice a year.
Yeah, I might take them to the dry cleaners.
Yeah, I don't do dry cleaning either.
No
many-
dry cleaning?
Too many chemicals. Yeah, no dry cleaning.
Zero dry cleaning.
Zero.
Not even your dress shirts, nothing.
Wash. I put them in the
God,
washing
he
machine.
has to go talk to people, drop it off.
This guy is a
More like go a place, but not really talk to people. Look, I know you got beef.
See, he's coming out swinging, bro.
I know you're a little angry.
This is that 50 Cent P. Diddy beef right
And
now.
Arun, I've only got one thing to say to you. How's the
Daddy.
family?
How's the family, bro?
Not gonna answer?
No, fuck you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
That seems appropriate.
That's
Yeah.
appropriate, yeah.
So
Fucking
go
hell.
ahead, hit him with the like, subscribe.
Oh, okay. I like
Wow,
that.
micromanaging your decision.
I like
You
this.
tell me he doesn't have to take time chapters anymore. All of a sudden, he's got all the time in the world to talk shit and tell you what to do.
If you're listening to the show on Apple or Spotify, please head over, leave us an honest 5-star review. I mean, shit, you stuck around for an hour and 21 minutes.
Of us talking about nothing.
Yeah,
We
make
covered
sure
one article.
it
today.
does a lot for the show. We really, really enjoy it. If you're watching us over on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell, hit that like button. Let's get this video out to as many people as possible. Do all the moist, goody good,
Nasty stuff.
nasty sassafras that you included a new word.
I did not.
Nasty sassafras.
Everybody's
is
always told
weird.
me it's been nasty.
Yeah. All right. We appreciate y'all.
It'd be a great marijuana strain name. The nasty sassafras.
The nasty. Yeah. All right, man. Odu, you got anything?
No, daddy.
No, Daddy. Christopher?
No, Daddy, I'm good.
Good night, Daddy.